Today, I, Bhavya Gupta, and Dhairya Mahajan are going to give a presentation on the topic Emotional Intelligence. Most people think that people with high IQ will surely succeed, but this is not always true. People with high IQ may struggle, and those with modest IQ may succeed. Difference lies in what is called as emotional intelligence or EQ. Now, these are the topics that we are going to look forward in the presentation. First of all, we would like to know what are emotions. Then we would have an understanding of emotional intelligence, understand about its attributes, and have a detailed discussion on them in the following slides. Then we would know about the importance and the impacts of emotional intelligence in our daily life. Then we would have a comparison between IQ and EQ, and finally we would have a discussion on how to raise emotional intelligence. So first of all, let's begin with what are emotions. So an emotion is a natural instinctive state of mind deriving from one's own circumstances, mood, or relationship with others. Now, all the actions that we do are consequence of our emotions. The first thing to develop in our brain was emotions. It is proved in many journals. So we can say that emotions are a very important part of us humans. Now, emotions may be of many types. They may be positive or maybe negative. Some positive emotions are listed here like love, appreciation, happiness, hope, etc. And some of the negative emotions are fear, anger, guilt, depression. Now, as there are a variety of emotions present in the universe, so one of the psychologists named Paul Ekman suggested that there are 6 basic emotions universal throughout the human culture. They are fear, disgust, anger, surprise, happiness, and sadness. After some time, another psychologist, in an effort to further simplify the classification of emotions, Robert Pluchet introduced a wheel of emotions, which is visible in your screen. Now, after having an understanding of emotions, we can have an understanding of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, or otherwise known as EQ, is the ability of a person to understand, use, and manage his own emotions in a positive and effective way, and understand to control them. Now, there are many definitions given by many researchers such as Goldman, Mayer, Savoy, and many more. One such definition is listed here. Now, emotional intelligence helps you to build your relationships, helps you to succeed at school and at your work, and helps you to achieve your personal and career goals. Also, it helps you to make better and informed decisions. So, by successfully applying emotional intelligence to your life, you lead a happy life. Now, let us understand about the attributes of emotional intelligence. Goldman, one of the most famous researchers, suggested that there are 4 important attributes of emotional intelligence. They are self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. Now, there will be a detailed discussion on each of them in the following slides. Now, this will start displaying the attributes of emotional intelligence. Now, let us begin with the most important type of attribute of emotional intelligence, that is self-awareness. Most people believe that this is the most important aspect of emotional intelligence. What it means is that a person is willing to introspect himself, have an honest look on himself, understand himself, understand his emotions, and analyze his strengths and weaknesses, and work on them so as to perform better and lead a happy life. Many people think that people with high IQ are totally self-aware. They are aware of their emotions, so they are able to build confidence in their life. Also, they trust their emotions, so they are very confident and don't let the emotions out of control, and don't let the emotions drive crazy. So they are self-aware about their emotions, which makes a difference. Now, let's move on to the other aspect of emotional intelligence, that is self-management. Self-management. It is about managing yourself, being independent of emotional breakdowns. That is, it is the ability to control your impulses, emotions, and manage control your stress. It is also known as self-regulation, that is to regulate yourself. Now, people who self-manage themselves lead a better life and have more control on their life. Now, they don't take hasty decisions and they think before they act. So they don't act nervous in critical situations and prepare and sail through nervous situations. Also, a person who is self-managed is quite thoughtful and has the ability to say no and is quite adaptable. Now, let's move on to the next aspect, that is social awareness. Let's move on to the next attribute of emotional intelligence, that is social awareness. The first two attributes of emotional intelligence are about understanding your emotions and managing your emotions. But the third aspect is about understanding the emotions of others, that is social awareness. It is about understanding emotions, views, and the viewpoints of other people around you. Empathy is the most important factor of social awareness. Empathy is the ability to understand the emotions, views, needs of other people around you. It is not only about other people but about you also. You should also feel comfortable socially around every other people around you. A person who is socially aware does not stereotype and lives very openly, and he is able to make out feelings which are not very obvious. So now I would like my presentation partner Dhairya Mahajan to continue the presentation from the attribute relationship management.
Hello everyone, thank you for having me. My name is Dhairya Mahajan and today I am going to continue how emotions helps in managing and building relationships in a day-to-day and a workplace life. Relationship management. It is an ability to bring the value-added relationship with others. A person strong in this area knows and realizes how important the relationships are to him, and is even able to make relationship with the people whom he didn't come along with. Once emotion awareness comes in play, a person can develop additional skills that makes his relationship with others more fruitful, effective, and fulfilling. One of the greatest science researchers, Daniel Goleman, who worked on the brain and emotion sciences, says that the competencies involved in managing relationship is conflict management, teamwork, and collaboration. Working well with other peoples is a process of emotional awareness. Your ability to recognize and understand the people gives you experience how to handle these situations. Importance of emotional intelligence. Now we will know about the importance of emotional intelligence in a person's life. Emotional intelligence and social competencies predicts career success more accurately than a personal IQ. Yes, it's right. It's not that the smartest people in this world are successful in this life. No. A person may have brilliant academic results, but yet he is socially unsuccessful in his work and in his life. IQ isn't enough for being successful in his life. IQ can give you best college or academically brilliant college to your life, but EQ will help you to manage the stress during examination and your emotions during that phase of time. It can make a difference between the principals who are successful in getting the people under their leadership or corporate or in a workplace, rather than who are undistinguished or distinguished or failing at their jobs. Impacts of EQ. So what are the impacts of emotional intelligence on a personal life? Emotional intelligence affects your performance at work. Emotional intelligence can help you to navigate through social complexities of work and lead and motivate you to excel in your future. In fact, when it comes to job hirings, usually the companies look after the emotional intelligence too, as well as technical assets of a person while hiring a person. Emotion affect the physical health of a person, and if you are not able to manage your stress levels, it can lead you to serious health problems Uncontrolled stress leads to high blood pressures and increased risk of heart attacks. Emotional intelligence affects your mental health. Uncontrolled stress can lead you to anxiety, depression, and many other health problems. It can lead you to vulnerable mood swings, and end up resulting you making isolated and lonely. Emotional intelligence affects your relationships too. By understanding your emotions and knowing how to control them helps you to understand and express your emotion effectively. This allows you to communicate more effectively and build a stronger relationship both at work and a personal life. Emotional intelligence is one of the best predictors of success. In fact, some studies shows that it is a better indicator than a higher IQ. The main reason why emotional intelligence is a better indicator is that it shows how a person can manage and change his daily actions in an everyday life. Taking an instance, Richard Barson, who was diagnosed as dyslexic, that is, he wasn't able to read and write during his school, but now he has become one of the richest man in the world. Another big difference between EQ and IQ is that it measures how to manage the emotions of other people. To lead a successful or to create a successful business, you have to have efficient and effective workers. These workers have their emotions that must be together harmoniously to get a better efficient work. Emotions must be managed properly. An emotional intelligent person would do this task very efficiently, other than the low EQ person. These are few quotes that I found very interesting about the concept of EQ and IQ. The ability to handle one personal emotions and to recognize the emotion of other is an intelligence that may believe, extend, and outweighs the abilities of IQ. However, it is very important to understand that emotional intelligence is not opposite to intelligence. It is not the trump of a heart over head. It is a unique intersection of both. As you can see through this diagram, an iceberg floating in the water. It is best. I found it very best representation to collaborate this IQ and EQ together. Next question arises: how to raise your emotional intelligence? To improve your emotional intelligence, you need to control and manage the emotional side of your brain. While controlling the emotional side, this will help you to reduce and prevent the earlier mistakes while you were learning the emotional behavior of a person. This will help you to expand the range of choices when you start with a new event. This is done by developing key skills in you. Developing key emotional intelligence through key skills. Skill number 1 is ability to reduce stress quickly. Skill number 2 is the ability to recognize and manage your emotions. Skill number 3 is the ability to connect with people using a non-verbal communication skills. Skill number 4 is the ability to use humor and play in dealing with the people and the challenges. The impacts of emotional intelligence are very significant to a life of a person. As from this radial line graph, we can see that blue color line showing the team perception, red color line showing the manager perception, and black color line showing the external people perception about him. As an emotionally intelligent person have a greater trust towards his manager, he is very good at handling feedback and is having a great team spirit. While in a team perception, he is an all-rounder. He is considered as all-rounder, as he has very good score in decision making, accountability, team cohesion, goals and strategy, While looking at the external perception, he is very considered as very positive outlook, valuing diversity, and greater at and is considered good at handling feedback. Also, it is shown through this bar graph that the team working skills are considered out as 67% for an emotional intelligent person, which is really very high. And for team climate, that is the heat or the arguments that is the in a team is very no, is not really very high, but is in a controlled manner, and is around about 54% in a team, which is considered as very great score. So now we conclude this emotional intelligence as emotional intelligence is considered as an ability to understand and to need the feelings of oneself with other people and manage one's own feeling and respond it in an appropriate way. Emotional intelligence is one of the most important factors of high levels of achievement, success, and happiness. A personal and emotional accountability system is essential for positive human development. Emotional intelligence and IQ are distinct yet complementary forms of overall intelligence. While people need to know a certain baseline of IQ to perform well in their work and in life, emotional intelligence is what differentiates outstanding leaders, teams, and organizations from others. So here are the few links which helped us to create this PowerPoint presentation, and thank you.